I have it in my mind to talk about God's voice in the stars. I have loved this study. I did it years ago, and I wanted to share some of the revelations that God gave me during this study. And I also have a surprise that's going to come up in one of the constellations. It all began when I started reading, this book. When I studied this book years ago, God's Voice in the Stars, Zodiac Signs and Bible Truth. It was right about the time when I was studying about Joseph. And God showed me that Joseph, this is God's zodiac in the sky. It's his gospel. He has the gospel message placed in the stars that rotate around the earth, that tell the whole story from the seed, Genesis 3:15, from the very beginning of the virgin birth, all the way around the battle and everything to the very end, victory. So when Joseph had his dream about his mother and his father and his brothers bowing to him, as stars in the heaven, he knew exactly what he was saying. And he understood, they say with counterfeit people that they first handle the real before they let the counterfeit money come across their fingers, and they can detect it right away. Well, Joseph was like that. He fully understood the gospel in the sky, the stars, so that when he went down into Egypt, this is what God showed me. The reason why he was able to remain strong is because he had held and understood the truth, the gospel in the stars, and he had studied it for so many years that by the time he got into the phony astrology thing and the false religion, he knew immediately that it was false, and he was able to stand firm. And as God always does, he shows you the end from the beginning. He showed Joseph his end would be that his mother, his father, his brothers would be one day bow to him, that one day he would be a ruler. So that's what took him through all his trials and tribulations. So something I've always wanted to do is talk about these 12 constellations. So we're going to do it in a 12-part series because I don't like my videos to be long, and nobody has time to do that. So I'm going to take one of these constellations at a time, and then there's going to be a surprise. There's going to be a surprise at the end that God showed me that my story is in one of these constellations. So we'll get to that. Okay, so now I want to start with the very first sign, and that is the sign of Virgo. Now God named the stars, and when he named the stars, he had a meaning behind all the names. So and of course the ancients knew this. This is information that has been completely hidden away from us and kept from us, and nobody's going to read this book. Very few people I know read it or even interested in it. I remember when I was reading it, I tried to share it with so many of my family and friends, but they were not the least bit interested. So, but I'm very interested, and I hope that you will be too. Well, now here is the very first constellation, and she's known as Virgo. Now Virgo, the star is Spica, and the star, meaning of the Spica star, is the branch. And we can see this in these scriptures here. Zechariah, you can look those up. Now, every constellation has 3 deacons, 3 minor star systems. And Virgo's minor star systems is this one, Coma Berenices, where the Virgin gives birth to a son. And the name of this star is Coma Berenices. And in Genesis 3:15, this star means the desired or longed for son. And it's connected with the seed and the branch of Isaiah 9:6, 11:1, and Matthew 1:23. And Boots is another one of the constellations with the name of the star Arcturus, which means he comes. He's coming as a shepherd. You see, he's like a shepherd. He's got a staff, he leads, but he's also got a sickle. He's the harvester. So he's coming as both shepherd and our harvester of the field. And this one was the most interesting to me, Centaurus. And the name is Ptolemy, and it means the despised. He's the despised one, Isaiah 53:10. He is the one who is and who was and who is to come, the heretofore and the hereafter, Revelation 1:8. And the interesting thing about Centaurus, you'll notice he's dual natured. Jesus Christ came as the Son of God, but he also was divine. He was God incarnate. So he was dual natured. So here we have in the very first constellation, the very beginning of the story of Jesus Christ, of the promise of Genesis 3:15. He's going to be born of a virgin. He's going to come as a shepherd. He's going to come dual natured. And that is the very first constellation, and will to be continued. God bless you all. I just love this. I can't wait to get to the part at the very end where God showed me that my story is in one of the constellations. But you'll have to stay tuned to come to that. God bless you.